Well, the Prime Minister has warned that Britain needs to do more to tackle extremism, saying there's been an attitude of passive tolerance for too long. David Cameron also said multiculturalism has failed in the UK. He was speaking about the causes of terrorism at a security conference in Munich. Sky's Peter Sharp reports.
The doctrine of a multicultural Britain, which embraces a nation where different races, languages, religions and social values coexist as equals, was jettisoned by the Prime Minister as he warned British Muslims must subscribe to British mainstream values.
Frankly, we need a lot less of the passive tolerance of recent years and a much more active, muscular liberalism.
This was a defining speech carrying a message aimed directly at the country's Muslim community. And Mr Cameron warned that groups that fail to promote British values will no longer receive public funding.
So no public money, no sharing of platforms with ministers at home. At the same time, we must stop these groups from reaching people in publicly funded institutions like universities or even, in the British case, prisons.
Critics of the speech from within the Muslim community found Mr Cameron's message distasteful.
This constant obsession, the drip-drip effect against attacks on Muslims and our community in this sort of environment is just not helping community relations, is not helping integration and is not helping break down barriers.
As the Muslim community began to measure the fallout from this address, there was support from Mr Cameron's terror laws watchdog.
There's never a perfect time for a speech like this, but I think we should be encouraged that we have a Prime Minister who's prepared to look at some very broad philosophical questions as well as merely at policy issues.
Mr Cameron's address, which marks a major policy change in dealings with Muslim Britain, will be greeted by dismay and disappointment by many members of the Muslim community, angered at the decision to abandon the much-trumpeted policy of multiculturalism. Peter Sharp, Sky News.